headline. To clean up politics, because the party that had been governing, the Conservatives, was so sort of swamped in corruption scandals that
Guess what, y'all?
We here.
Yeah, we here.
We live. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we'd like to thank y'all for tuning in and helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know, now you know. No. What's good, Q?
It's Monday.
Charlie Funk, what's good? Bright and early, always.
Yeah.
And we want to let y'all know that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carefester Radio, 99 Jams, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. What's good? Time change.
Oh, it did.
You like it?
I didn't really. I no.
Still getting used to it.
No.
You don't like this one?
It's okay. I like the other one better.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay.
But I was okay because yesterday I actually ended up sleeping in.
Okay.
I woke up
that hour back. Huh?
Yeah, I woke up not feeling well, so like
Okay.
I couldn't like really shake it off.
Okay.
Like I woke up with like this headache.
Okay.
And it just wouldn't go anywhere.
So you just lay down somewhere, like Mama say.
Yeah, but I end up taking a BC powder.
Okay.
Eventually.
Man, they had a BC in years.
Eventually.
BC powders.
Yes, eventually I did.
That's old school.
Yeah,
Take a BC or a goodie.
Yeah, one of those. But
Yeah,
I ended up taking it. But it took a long, and I wish I would have took it earlier because I had stuff that I wanted to do and needed to do. But I didn't. But I guess my body was telling me to rest too.
Yeah, no, you got to listen to your body, because we had a weekend. I like this time though, especially I like the longer days because we do stuff and you get more time. Rush, what's good, brother? And then you get more sunlight. So I like the sunlight. And then it's Ramadan, so like this morning I was actually able to have my coffee on the way in. The sun wasn't up yet, so still able to the darker mornings
help
me out tremendously right about now.
Okay, I'm not mad about
and then
it.
we're doing a block party on the 27th at in the Childs Park neighborhood, and so with the longer days we're doing it from 6 to 9 on 16th Avenue between Scranton and 44, and because of the time, it won't be dark. when we wrapping up.
And we have the fun family field day.
Family field day this Saturday. From 12 to 4. No impact there, but yeah. But I like the long days. Then meeting at night, because like we have some elders and seniors who wouldn't come out at night because they don't like to drive at night. So now they can come out, 6 o'clock. Sun go down like 8-ish. So I like that. I'm loving the longer days.
You do? I
do. Now, I look forward to it. Actually.
You know what I did do this weekend too? Okay, so first Friday we kicked off the weekend at Tron Montgomery Snacks Play, and the amazing cast.
Very well done, amazing cast. Yeah, it was great. It was great. So for those who don't know, Snacks is a play. It was written by Tron, and it was about unity, protest, and how one bad decision can shake an entire neighborhood.
And now that it's over, right? Because it's over. But I did like how it ended.
Okay.
With him taking the store owner taking accountability and just kind of leaving the message. It wasn't about like shutting him down. It's about the respect. But if you're not going to respect, then you got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I really like that, and he came in and took the accountability.
Oh yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah.
It was very well done. Even the opening monologue, just how he framed it and set it up, the different characters, like you can see the community. For real.
You really could.
Like it had all of the community was a part of the cast. Good morning, Tiffany. Yeah, no, it was amazing. Really good stuff.
And then on Saturday, I took a bike ride. Okay. I did like 2.5 miles.
I thought about riding my bike yesterday, but didn't.
I think I'm gonna try to put it in there in my routine.
So you got a regular bike?
Yeah, I got a regular bike.
Okay, maybe we can do something, because all of the other bike riders that talk about riding, they got them e-bikes, and I can't keep up with an e-bike.
I know, but I want an e-bike. But
I do too.
But I got I have a regular bike.
Okay.
And I'm so out of shape.
Okay.
But I got it done. It was a nice ride. I rode down to the water.
Okay.
I actually rode down to
Okay.
Got my feet in. The tide with the water was not.
And you got in the water.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I rode back home and then went fishing.
What a day.
Yeah.
That sounds like a day. What did I do Saturday?
And caught what did we catch? We caught a sheephead.
Okay.
It was big too.
Nice. That's what's up. And so we do have a Would You Rather. We can start with Would You Rather.
Go ahead.
For y'all out there, let us know what you're thinking. I got a few of them. I'm trying to see which one I want to do. But while we do that, we want to let you know that Would You Rather is brought to you by Jerish Martin LLC. So whether you're looking for high quality entertainment curation and top-tier event stage management, look no further than Jerish Martin. Jerish Martin offers professional entertainment consulting, artist coordination, and event management services to bring your next event to life, ensuring a seamless, exciting experience for your audience. So, which one of these do we want to do? All right, so would you rather be too early with a great idea or right on time with an average one?
Say that one more time.
Would you rather be too early with a great idea or right on time with an average one?
Too early.
With a great idea.
With a great idea.
It's a great idea, but it just ain't time yet.
Then that means you're not going to get it done.
Or right on time with an average idea.
That's a good question.
Would you rather? Y'all let us know. Would you rather?
I'm going to say average. And the only reason why I'm going to say average is
you'll go with the average.
Because at least you're getting it. Like, you right on time. It's an average idea. You getting it done.
Okay.
People are receptive to it. It sounds like it because you right on time.
Yeah.
So it's something that people need. And then I'd rather for people to be talking about like I could have did it better, but they came and showed out anyway.
Okay, Yubi did a Mr. Edmund. He said right on time with a great one.
No, Yubi.
right on time with average. Too early with great. Right. That is a good question. Let me think about would I rather be on time or too early? Too early. I probably can go with too early with a great idea. I go too early.
And then somebody else do it averagely, and you be like, that was my idea, but...
Okay, so I guess that's the story of my life. That's where I'm going with it. It's too soon. Like, people have to catch up to you.
I feel that. Like, and it's a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah.
And you
shout
be
out
like...
to Elroy Jetson. Ahead of the time. No, I love that. So Dan says, I lost a lot of money in my career being too far ahead of the curve. I hear that. Yeah, I guess you're right about that too, Dan. Good Lord. Timing determines how it's received. That's true. I agree. I agree with that. But I'm all right with the early on the great. But then, yeah, you're right, because it takes time for people to catch up.
Sometimes
and you don't really
people
maximize the impact of the idea because you too early.
Like, it's so many things that, like, I talk to my kids about, and they be like, dang, Mom, if we would have listened to you.
Okay.
Like, oh, man, if we would have, because just being on time, like.
That was a great idea.
Oh, man, and we fought it, but they was fighting it every which way, and now they were like, dang, if we would have been the people that, like, started out. But, I mean, so let's flip it, right? Okay. Like, I can be too early on a great idea. You just got to stay persistent with it so that it pans out. So you lose some money, but eventually people catch on the wave, because if you're persistent and consistent, they usually come on. Yeah, because the greatness
tied to like impact or income. Because I saw what Dan said, and the income definitely if you're too early, but the impact, you can still have impact even if you're early with a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hear that. It is, Tiffany. Tiffany says that's a hard one. Be on time with an average idea. Maybe it can lead to a greater idea that will be right on time.
It could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seasons. All right. So let us know. Put it in the chat. Thank y'all for tapping in. So Jesse Jackson's funeral was on this weekend,
and I didn't watch it.
I didn't watch it either. But I saw like a lot of the clips. I saw Barack Obama spoke. There was some clips from Barack Obama speaking. I think President Clinton might have had something to say.
And my dear Republicans, and I'm going to say this, my dear Republicans, they just like, they had a problem
with Jesse Jackson?
They not with Jesse, but like they was like, well, his son got up there and said, we're leaving politics out of here. And I think like everybody has something political to say. I didn't watch it to really get the content of like what was said. Clearly, they asked them to speak at the funeral for a reason.
Yeah.
This wasn't like no pull out of the hat.
Jackson, how you gonna not talk about politics with?
So I hear them. I hear them sitting up here talking. Oh, y'all so disrespectful. Y'all BS.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
This is what the Republicans were saying.
My dear Republicans.
Okay.
On Facebook, my dear Black Republicans.
I got two of them that I know. I don't have a lot. I just got two.
I got a couple. I got more than two.
A couple of them. Yeah.
I got more than two. Okay. And boy, when they come,
I love them too.
Yeah, it is. It's really.
It's just so. It just kind of snap you back to reality of like, okay, yeah, it's really people out there that think like this.
My whole thing is the hatred that hatred that you have for the other side is like.
No, Democrats like that too, though.
Yeah, but I
got some Democrat friends that's like that's just like them Republicans.
And see, I don't really have no.
So that's what make it funny to me, right? Because they be on my page like I'm one of the Democrats that hate Republicans. And they hate Democrats, but I'm like, all y'all the same to me. all y'all crazy.
They really
right? Because you got some Democrats that really just like hate.
You know what I do hate? The hatred of like I do the Black woman hatred. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. I just can't buy into that. I can almost I can't buy into it.
Especially during Women's History Month. We never talked about that.
It is. But go ahead.
It is interesting though. Like I said, it's just so funny to me because I gotten to the point now where like I'll see some stuff and it'd be like some crazy Republican talk. And I'll tag my two Black Republican friends and I'll be like, come get your people. And it's just so funny. And so now when I did that, now they tag me in like crazy Democrat stuff. And it's like, y'all know I ain't a Democrat, right? However, it's just like that's my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, it's just kind of. I keep on saying like you can find good, but I just don't understand how anybody bites the apple.
Yeah,
that thinks that everything they do is amazing. Like, my God, like because I have a lot of them, and when I say.
Yeah, they really be like.
So you think that he's not? If he was really bad in the Epstein files, you don't think he'll be arrested? Like, I'm like, oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to.
Can't see it, but you got all these videos, all these clips. His name is all up and through there. And you mean to tell me you
shout out to Crystal?
You don't think this man is a pedophile for real?
Yeah.
Like, how can you not? This is the same guy who said, if she wasn't my daughter.
Right.
Like, who look at their daughter and think that? He do.
And then I saw the news when he said that Iran bombed their own school.
Let's get into that.
Let's go.
So let me see where is it? I had that one. So that was crazy.
And I didn't even want to talk about that at first. I really wanted to talk. I got a little nitpick I wanted. While you looking for that, I'm gonna hop on. I got a little nitpick that I want to say with our community.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so we already know that on 22nd, ownership has changed.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I want to say, give them people a chance. I seen an event that they're doing. They're bringing Kiki Wyatt here, right?
Okay, I saw the flyer.
And they dropped the flyer and they did the pricing. And then people went berserk.
Because of the price?
Yeah. Oh, they too high. This,
How
and
much
that.
they charging?
Like a table was like $700 and some, right? No, but I'm going to tell this. I have seen promoters here, and I can name names, but I'm going to refrain from doing it.
Okay.
Who has had $1,500 tables that's giving you less.
Okay.
You just dressing up in all white.
Right. And
coming in, and then there's DJ.
Okay.
And you got your bottles and doing all this other stuff. Like the fact that you're only hating because, and this is Qiana thing, y'all only hating because they're not from here. Y'all go to a regular, this really is. Y'all go to a regular club and spend that same $700 and some on a section with some bottles with no entertainment on a holiday weekend.
Fancy Nancy,
you know, up? And so like I'm really disappointed in y'all.
I didn't see it. I'm
just saying. And then I seen a post that they have to go. They're bringing their prices down.
Eva, what's good?
You know, because the community is complaining about it. And I mean,
because they said you have to pay to get in or something now.
I mean,
it's like a cover charge.
So what?
Okay.
I mean,
you go from free to cover, but again.
But you go from a new owner to a new, new ownership changes.
New ownership, new paint, new rules, like all new thing.
So you know, so
pick your struggle.
And the thing, every club they go to in Tampa, they got to pay to get in.
Okay.
It's not one club that they could go in unless it's a special, like ladies in before 10 o'clock or something like that. Every place you go hang out, you pay a cover charge. Stop that. Please do better, my people. Do better.
I never was a club person, so I don't remember any of that.
I'm not either, but still do better. That's my rant.
Okay, right on. And so so the rant is over. Man, crazy thing. So the US bombs a school, killing 175 people in Iran, and then they blame it on the Iranians. So on February 28th, a girls' elementary school in Minab in southern Iran was struck during the opening day of the US-Israeli military attacks. The school was destroyed by multiple missile strikes during school hours. Iranian authorities say about 160 to 180 people were killed, most of them girls aged roughly 7 to 12. The school was located near a compound linked to the Iran's Revolutionary Guard, which appears to have been the intended target. And so they were saying the target was something that was like next door. The incident quickly became the deadliest single attack of the conflict because they're not calling it a war.
No, they're calling it a war.
They're calling it a war.
Oh, no, they're totally calling it a war.
Okay, gotcha. And so, but the interesting thing about it was Trump administration, they kind of waffling and going back and forth. President Donald Trump said he believes Iran was responsible for the strike, arguing that their weapons are inaccurate. However, U.S. officials say the military does not deliberately target civilians, not deliberately, and that the incident is currently under investigation. So while they're investigating, Trump already said he don't think look, he's made his conclusion.
If you disagree with him,
your own people,
and you're fired.
If you disagree and you say it was us,
you're fired.
Us
you lost
the U.S., not like me, because I ain't got nothing to do with them people and that thing. But yeah, it was crazy, man. And so it's just but that was another part about like when we talk about Black Republicans, right? And Republicans in general. Like I posted the question asking, did they do it? And then one of them got on the page was like, nah, it was them. They did it to their own people. Y'all can't believe everything that you read. And I'm like, you actually trust the U.S. government and believe that?
And you can't believe everything you hear.
Right.
And when I say the rhetoric that comes out, like some of it, I'm like,
like, you really believe that these people won't do that? And then I saw something that said that it might have been the result of AI. Like AI was picking the targets or something. And I seen something about that.
Nah, I might believe that.
Yeah.
I might believe that.
AI led them to bomb the school.
I might believe that.
Yeah. I have no doubt about it. And then there was a company, I think the ones who own Claude, they said that they wouldn't do business with the government because they don't want them to use their AI tools for warfare. But again, multiple independent analysis pointed in a different direction from Trump. There's satellite imagery and weapons impact analysis that suggests the explosion likely came from an airstrike during U.S. operations nearby. So it wasn't them, the Iranians. The U.S. officials involved in the investigation reportedly believe American forces were likely responsible, although the investigation has not been finalized. But definitely, again, it's crazy the way that this is going. It's only been maybe about 8 or 10 days into this thing, and they doing that kind of foolishness already. So
it's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. So after the break, we do have a special guest. We have Stephanie Wynn coming in at the top of the hour. She's the founder of the Wynn Foundation. She'll be right here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, joining us to talk about the 4th annual Let's Talk About IBD Health and Wellness Symposium that's happening on Saturday, March the 28th at 10 a.m. The event is focused on advancing health equity and patient education for individuals living with Crohn's disease and ulcerative gut issues, inflammatory bowel disease. She's going to talk about it, define that word for us. We also got a Would You Rather. I want to talk about these graves that were under, they digging up under the Trop. So we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. So y'all stick around. We'll be back about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour.
dozen medical facilities. Among the dead are 175 people, the majority children, mainly girls, killed when bombs struck a school in the southern city of Minab on the first day of the U.S.-Israeli attacks. On Saturday, President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth denied the U.S. was responsible for the bombing of the girls' school. They spoke to reporters aboard Air Force One.
Did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegseth? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still
But
investigating.
the only side that targets civilians is Iran. We think it was done by Iran.
But a New York Times investigation found direct video evidence contradicting Trump's claims. The video shows a U.S. Tomahawk missile damaged the school at the same time as a U.S. attack on an adjacent naval base operated by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Meanwhile, top officials in Iran have pledged allegiance to Mujtaba Khamenei as the country's new supreme leader after the U.S.-Israeli coalition killed his father, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in a February 28th airstrike. Khamenei's ascension to supreme leader came after President Trump warned if he, quote, doesn't get approval from us, he's not going to last long, unquote. Trump said last week he would choose a great in Basra targeted a compound housing workers of foreign oil companies. Saudi Arabia reported its first deaths from Iran's attacks, reporting a strike on a residential area that killed 2 people. Bahrain's government reports an Iranian drone that caused minor damage and no injuries.
And just like that, guess what?
We back.
We're back.
We back.
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Hey, look, that's impromptu because I wasn't ready for that one. Welcome back to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club of your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
This program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project at the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That?
See that.
And we like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
the new
gangsta.
Baby.
And if you don't know, now you know.
No.
We also got to let you know that the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club is an independently produced program. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by hosts, guests, or callers are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views, positions, or policies of Carafesta Radio, 99 Gems, its ownership, management, affiliates, sponsors, or partners. And we got to say that because we got in trouble one time. They got mad with us. So now we got to let them know. So thank you. We also have a guest in the building.
Hey, everybody.
Stephanie A. Wynn. Can we turn them up a little bit? Turn me up a little bit, Q. Just a little bit.
Go ahead. Say something.
Yeah.
Testing.
There we go.
There we go. We live with Stephanie A. Wynn of the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation. What's good?
Hey, good morning. Thank you all for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
They looking forward to seeing you too. So you got Chandra say good morning.
Good morning, Chandra.
Tiffany says good morning. You got your own fan base. Check you out.
Them are girls. Yes.
So for those who don't know, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
So, well, first, thank you. I want to say again, thank you. I'm always grateful to be able to come and be a part of your platform. Well, my name is Stephanie A. Wynn. For those that don't know, I am the founder of the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization based here in St. Pete. We focus on patient advocacy for patients who are diagnosed with Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. So some may think it's we call it IBD. That's the term for Crohn's and colitis. That's two terms under that umbrella.
Like a street name?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And but some people think it's IBS, and those are two separate types of conditions.
Okay.
And so inflammatory bowel disease is more chronic and it's more debilitating.
Okay.
With IBS, you can do a few changes and you good, but with
they
IBD,
cousins.
Something like arthritis, but a little bit. IBD is more ritis.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so a little bit about me. Born and raised in St. Pete. And I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease in 2017 after losing two children. Nobody could give me answers. They just said, "Oh, it's an anomaly." And so what I saw was that in Black maternal health, there is a difference, and all access isn't all equal, right? And so what I didn't accept that. And I was like, okay, there's something wrong because I've had 2 positive pregnancies. So there has to be something else going on.
And I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, thank you. And so going fast forward in 2017, I got really ill. I started losing weight like crazy. Like I went from 189 pounds. I got all the way down to 112.
Yeah.
And I tried every diet, like vegan, all of that. And it still was not working. And so I finally got to the 6th doctor. So I went through 6 different doctors to get to the right diagnosis. And they were like, it's Crohn's disease. And I'm like, well, what is that? Like, I've never heard of that. And so they were like, well, it's Crohn's. Do you want to take this drug or that drug? And I'm like, I don't want to take any of that. Like, and so that's what led me down this rabbit hole of research. Like, okay, this is normally supposed to be in the Ashkenazi Jewish community, but that's not the case. So as I started doing research on my family bloodline, I have 2 first cousins that have Crohn's disease. And so, and they dealt with that from the age of like 19, and we're like upwards of 40 plus now, right? And so it was an eye opener because nobody could give me answers. I mean, I was literally tanking. I was 1 foot over, like, and my parents were scared, my mom and dad. And so finally, when we got to the right doctor, he was like, look, it's Crohn's disease. And if you do everything I tell you, I'll help you get better, Miss Wynn. And so he kept his promise. And, but what I saw along the way was that I had insurance, but I was underinsured.
Okay.
Meaning that, my doctor he was not in my network. So I had to pay out of pocket $1,000 every 7 weeks to get these infusions. And so I needed that medication to live. So with Crohn's, it's not like you can go to the emergency room and they give you a biologic. No, they can't treat Crohn's just in an emergency room or urgent care.
Okay.
Right.
And so what I saw was that there's a breakdown in communication between the provider and the patients. It doesn't matter if they're black, white, Jewish, gray, purple, whatever color they are, there is a breakdown in communication with patients, specifically in the black and brown community. And so that's where I found my purpose, was going through this life-threatening journey.
Yeah.
And a lot of black people and brown people are suffering in silence.
Yeah.
Because in our culture, we've been taught not to talk about certain things.
Yes.
And who wants to talk about their bowels, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, you know, it was so like mentally it was draining. On top of that, I fought at myself a lot, because had I known that it was Crohn's, I would have tried to help save my babies, because I went full term on the first and then 5 months on the second. So had I known, and they properly, the doctor asked me, he was like, Stephanie, did anybody check you for Crohn's when you were pregnant? Because your inflammation markers were through the roof.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is a problem, not just systemically, but community wise, this is a problem, and we're not talking about it. So what happened was, every 7 weeks, I was paying $1,000 out of pocket, until one day the nurse pulled me outside and said, Miss Wynn, can you step outside? She said, when you go back there today, can you ask the doctor for the patient assistance program to help you pay for your medication?
Yeah.
You're the only patient paying this kind of money out of pocket.
Wow.
Now this was a year, I'm going through my retirement, like literally trying to maintain and thank God that my home was paid for, and I had other tools in place. So what about the people that don't have those tools in place?
Right.
And so that's where the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation became. We established it because there are disparities. We know that in our community, specifically when it comes to our health.
Right.
And I tell this all the time when I go to DC to talk about, to advocate for our community. All access isn't created equal. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if Stephanie and Qiana go and we talk to the nurse, hey, my back hurting or my stomach hurting, I'm having abdominal pain. Oh, here, take these 2 ibuprofens and come back in 2 days if it gets worse. But if my white counterparts go and say, hey, my stomach hurt, they get an EGD, a colonoscopy, they get a full IBD panel. Like they get everything to rule out everything. So, and that's how the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation came to be. And so,
can I ask a question? The nurse that pulled you aside, what color was she?
White.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. So I want to find out more about like the disease itself, right? Because when you talk about like the inflammatory bowel disease, like how is that different from like the common digestive issues? Because you said like sometimes you just think that it's
So what we do is, so what was happening, I was ruling out, if I ate some ice cream or something, I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay.
So it starts there. Like you start ruling out. You start Googling.
Google's your best. What do? Hey Siri, I have this. Tell me what you think this is.
And or even like, and I'll even go back. I'm like, dang, I was having stomach issues well before this. Like my entire life. Like once you start paying attention. And so what research has shown that like Blacks are 3 times more likely to be hospitalized for inflammatory bowel disease.
Did you have to have surgery?
So I had 2 biopsies to rule out colon cancer. So with this condition,
this was when they still trying to figure it out.
Yes. And so what happens is if this condition isn't managed, it could lead to colorectal cancer.
Okay.
So it's really important. And I know there's a lot of patients, a lot of people in St. Pete who are going undiagnosed with stomach issues. Stress is the culprit to this thing. Stress is the culprit, your diet, your environment. So all of the social determinants of health play a part in this condition. And so what we did was we said, okay, we need to educate our community. So every year we have the Let's Talk IBD Health and Wellness Symposium. And what we do, we bring in GI doctors into the community to talk about this condition and so patients can have actual experts here in person instead of hearing it on the street. Well, you may not, you don't qualify for that. No, we have resources. We have experts in the building so that they can get what they need. So yeah, this has been, like I said, this disease itself, I tell everyone, listen, stop going to the emergency room for your stomach. You need to get to see a specialist, a GI doctor, a gastroenterologist, because they can only do so much in the ER. And so when I talk to the ER directors, especially in locally, they tell me the same thing. You know, we give them discharge, we refer them. They're back here in 3 days. But you can't treat this condition going to the ER. All they're going to do is give you steroids, pain medication, IV fluids. And
so it's a Band-Aid it's a Band-Aid at the
right.
And then depending on how bad it is, that Band-Aid might fall off the next day instead of,
and it's, you know, when you're flaring, like you can't do nothing.
I was going to ask you, like, what are some of like the symptoms? Like how does a day, you know?
So when you're flaring, you there may be blood in your stools.
Okay.
There may be diarrhea, constipation, vomiting. You may have like weight loss, fatigue, brain fog.
Okay.
Some of the things are like,
is it painful?
Oh yeah, it's an urgency. It's like it's an urgency to go, and then when you go, there's nothing there.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just if it's diarrhea, you know, you just on the pot all day.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you want to go outside, but your body say no.
Yeah.
You know, and so that was my life for years.
No, and I'm glad you said, because I'm just thinking about somebody I know who's been having gut issues, right? And never considered that this might be something that they need to get checked out for.
And that's why I wrote Navigating IBD, a 6-week blueprint for better gut health, because what I've noticed is that a lot of patients, and I tell doctors this all the time, like you have to meet the patient where they are. We didn't go to medical school. I didn't go to medical school.
Yeah.
But what I did do was I created this guide to help people understand the language. Because when you're going on this journey, you need to understand this language. You can't just rely solely on the doctor tell you it's a diagnosis. Read your labs. If you don't understand, if it's abnormal, ask them, hey, how can we get this in a normal range?
Yeah.
Right? Or why is that number saying this? Or why is it red? You have to read your labs. And a lot of times we just leave it up to the doctor because, they went to medical school and they're practicing medicine. But as a patient, it's your responsibility to understand what's going on with your body.
And like you said, when you go to the doctor, for us, they're going to just prescribe a Tylenol or some of the medicine.
They're trying to get you in and out.
And something that may not be the best for you, even though you have the symptoms, because we hear that all the time. And then instead of giving you the alternative, that's something that's not addictive, that can really help you, they don't offer that to us. But unless we push or ask the questions.
Right.
And we sometimes don't know what questions to ask.
So that was for me for a while. I was like, because it was pride.
Oh,
know, it was so much pride. Like, I'm not telling him that I can't go to the bathroom. Like, that's none of his business. You know what I mean? Like, it was I was pride. And my mom was like, look, you got to say something, because I can't tell them how you feel. Right. And so it was like, you know what? Once I got to that right doctor, and all doctors aren't the same. Yeah. You know, but when you get that right doctor.
Like, it's particularly like in their approach and the way that they
and so like you said, we don't know what questions to ask. For years, I didn't know what questions to ask. It was just my stomach hurt. Yeah. My stomach, I'm in a lot of pain. Right. And so what does that pain look like? So if my pain level is on a 10 all the time. Yeah. Not just how I feel when I wake up.
Not just
I'm on a 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then,
really hurting.
And then you have doctors who don't believe you.
They don't believe that you're in pain, like you're saying.
And again, it goes back to that language. Okay. How do we communicate to them in a way? And again, that's why we created what's called the IBD Patient Navigator Program. Okay. So we have certified community health workers who walk side by side with these patients. So if a doctor referred them to our organization or they find us on social media, we can help them navigate this condition without the overwhelm. So like what questions to ask, instead of going in there with 20 questions, you need 3. Yeah. Okay. 3 main questions, and you need to utilize the patient portal. Okay. So if you have an additional 7 questions, send it on the patient portal, but get them 3 asked when you go to that doctor's appointment, because in person, you only have 15 minutes. Telehealth, you got 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Wow. So you really have to go in there with the game plan. It's almost like healthcare is gone all their days of the doctor just coming out. Remember, they come out to the house, they check on you, or gone are those days. Yeah. And so we understand it's a business now. And so we have to be about
a factory. They get you in, you got 15 minutes.
Yeah, and you have to be about your business too. Hey, I'm going to this doctor. I'm not feeling my best. Here's what's going on. Here's what I see. Yeah. What I need you to run labs. Yeah. What labs can I get? I need tests done. Right. And we have to be okay with that. And sometimes I know it's the fear of these people trying to kill me. No, you got to understand what's going on with your body.
Right. Yeah. For real quick. So for those who are just tuning in, we want to let you know that we're here with Stephanie A. Wynn of the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation. She's here today joining us to talk about the 4th annual Let's Talk About IBD Health and Wellness Symposium. Yes. It's happening Saturday, March the 28th at 10 a.m. The event's focused on advancing health equity, patient education for individuals living with Crohn's disease and help me with that word.
Ulcerative.
I've tried to say it 3 times fast. Ulcerative colitis, also known by the street name, inflammatory bowel disease. And one of the things that you've been talking about is like the stigma and not wanting to, tell your business. Yes. How did you get to a place where you were comfortable saying, you know what, I'm going to talk about this and I'm going to be an advocate to break down the stigma?
When I first I lost my 2 girls, right? Yeah. And then I got laid off on my corporate job because I was so ill. And so they wouldn't allow me to work from home, even though they had a work from home policy. But they said, no, you'll be fine. My best friend has Crohn's disease. I was really sick, right? Yeah. And so I was like, okay, but the job was so stressful. Okay. And I couldn't keep up. And it was then where I said, okay, this need to be talked about because there's somebody suffering in silence like I did. Yeah. So I suffered a while before I came out about it. And I'll never forget, Qiana Allen said, Steph, what is that? Like, what is IBD? And she was like, you need to explain that. And so I was like, okay, let me start explaining it because people don't understand. They think IBS. Yeah. And so I tell our volunteers all the time, our volunteers go through a 4-week training because we educate them on IBD. It's not IBS. So when you get in a room at our symposium and someone asks you a question, you can actually explain to them so that they are aware and they're clear on the terminology. Right. And so we really that's what made me like seeing people suffer in silence. And my Facebook inbox was blowing up with people, kids, the families are suffering with this condition.
Is there a difference between Crohn's and ulcerative colitis?
So ulcerative colitis, it focuses more on your lower digestive, like your lower colon. Okay. But Crohn's disease can affect anything from your mouth to your butt.
Oh, wow.
And it can show up as ulcerative colitis. Okay. So when I would have flare-ups and I go to the emergency room, let's say, because this condition causes you to have chronic dehydration. Okay. So that affects your kidneys too. So you have so you have to go get IV hydration because plain water don't just get it. You have to put something with it, like coconut. So I drink coconut water. Okay. And so what happens is they'll say, hey, we'll do a CT scan with contracts. Yeah, it's acute colitis, but I know it's I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So it'll show up. Okay.
And once you have it for life.
Yeah. Okay. Allegedly.
Okay. Still working through that. Yeah.
And so you can get to the point where you're in remission. Yeah. So you don't have as many flare-ups. Okay. Like I haven't had a flare in a while. And I tell people all the time when you saw me when I was little, small don't mean that you're doing well. Small can definitely mean you did. For me, I was
skinny don't mean healthy. Yeah. Yes. and so I want to talk about the equity piece because I know you said the upcoming symposium focuses on health equity. Yes. What does that mean when it comes to people like living with IBD?
So health equity mean that you get the healthcare, the quality healthcare that you need, no matter what your zip code is. Okay. Right. So it doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter your race. Health equity is equal to all. And but we know that all healthcare is not created equal. I mean, even look at Serena when she had her first baby, right?
I remember
they didn't give her she needed pain medication. Same thing with IBD. You have to you have to know, and that's why we take patients. We have these community events, and even our lunch and learn series. We either
I just also want to just pause for a minute and just say thank you for what you're doing and how hard you go. And then just like the level of how you put your events together. I mean, like you said, you got a book. Your volunteers getting 4-hour because we pull volunteers up. Like, hey man, I need some hey, can you help me with it? But to know that you're training them and the quality of the service that you're doing.
You bring the doctors out.
Yes. And so
giving them the options that they can do to actually get seen and actually being able to tell, because a lot of times again you don't know what to ask, and the fact that you can say these are the 3 questions and then use your portal, write all the rest of them. Not saying not to ask those, but in this time frame, because you're right, it has changed. My daddy was just in the hospital and his doctor came in on the screen. They rolled. They rolled.
You thinking the doctor come? They like the doctor will see you now,
right?
And they bring a TV in. And
then it's the nurse and stuff that's just telling him, giving him the information. Wow. And so, like, how do you feel like your doctor has your best interest when you're like at this short period of time that you have, like, you ain't
really like seeing me for real,
right? You're like, okay, he good,
and we can even go take it a little further, like in a few years, and it's already happening. Like AI is taking over healthcare too. Yeah. So I mean,
that's true.
That's another.
I think was that the thing we was at together in Orlando.
That was with Florida Blue. Yep.
And they were talking about AI and the way that AI is actually.
And I don't like it. I'm sorry.
We don't either because
it's like Siri.
Yeah.
In my mind,
it is definitely, and that's why we fight for, like, the patient voice is always the most authentic voice. When it comes to healthcare, doctors need to know what patients are going through, and sometimes they're so regimented on they got this schedule, they got these many patients, I got to get through them each. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got 15 minutes in person, 10 minutes, 30 seconds on telehealth.
And you usually choose your doctor by like a feeling that you like. When I walk into the doctor's office and I meet your staff and then I go back, that determines if I'm coming back here.
Okay,
right?
so I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no doctor. Y'all making me think like we can put my whole setup here.
No.
I can't remember the last time I've been to the doctor. I'm just saying that on the air right now, and I feel bad about it having this conversation because I'm about to be 50, and it's been a long time since I've been to a doctor.
So listen, that's but it's never too late.
I feel real good though.
Yeah, but don't feel embarrassed because it's a lot of people that's out there. There's like healthcare is out the roof, and it's really hard to try to get it. And I was you.
Yeah.
No, I was you.
Yeah.
But my mama is like, Qiana.
Yeah.
Qiana. If my mama really wasn't on me, I would still be you.
And it was my sister. My sister, the last time I went to the doctor, my sister, may God be pleased with her, her and my wife, like really sat me down and was like, bro, you at least know your numbers. That's what they kept telling me. You gotta know your numbers.
And that's a chapter in my book. Do you know your numbers?
Yeah.
And I put that in there because you gotta know your numbers.
Yeah.
You gotta know your numbers in order to be well.
Yeah.
And when we talk about, like, a lot of patients don't have primary care doctors, they go to the ER or the urgent care. And so one thing we talk about too is, like, even though when patients are discharged from the ER, they give them a referral to a GI doctor. Well, it may take 2 to 3 months for them to be seen. Back in the day, the primary care doctor or the ER doctor would say, hey, listen, this patient need to be seen stat, like tomorrow. And they make it happen. And not to say that they don't do it now, but when you're dealing with such a chronic illness with your gut is that's your main brain to all of your other systems.
Yeah. Let's talk about the event.
Yes.
And so the event that you're organizing, tell us about the 4th annual Let's Talk About IBD Health and Wellness Symposium that's happening right here in St. Pete.
Yes. So it's Saturday, March 28th, and we will be at Boyd Hill Hammock Hall.
Okay.
And so we've partnered with Orlando Health Bayfront. We have Dr. Katrina George will be, we're doing a fireside chat. We're also having like mental health covered on there. We have a lot of the pediatric gastroenterologists from the USF IBD Center.
Okay, let's pause there for a second, because you mentioned mental health. What's the connection between like what you're dealing with and how does it impact your mental health?
So remember, this is a chronic illness you're diagnosed with. So your whole life is changing. Yeah. So changing like the stigma of I can't go to any functions because I can't be out in public.
I saw those commercials. Like I only started paying attention after I saw you.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, that's the thing that Steph be talking about. But it's like how you want to go, but you can't go.
Yeah. And so
you got all of these considerations about like what's going to happen if you're there.
Or you're out and you get stuck, like you're in a jam. And so you have an accident. And so that's mentally embarrassing. My mom and I, because I stopped eating, I stopped drinking, I couldn't drive for a while.
Okay.
And so when I tell you, we mapped out all of the bathrooms in St. Pete, the good ones. So we had a map.
Okay.
And so she was like, okay, we know from my house to your house, there's a Publix. If you got to stop at a gas station, like here is the cleanest one. So we would, and then she put together emergency packs. So that would be like poopery, for those that don't know, that's the best.
Okay.
You got to go do it. Poopery.
Okay.
You spray that before you go. And then we had wipes, change of clothes, and that was it. And I got to the point to where I was like, okay, I could do this. But it was so long that people would invite me to events. I couldn't go. Not that I didn't want to go, or they'd be like, well, where's she at? Like, it was because I'm stuck. Yeah. So if you don't see, like, if I'm not out, it's not because I don't want to be there. Mentally, I'm there. And so over time, now, like, take a toll on your mental health. And the stigma of, like, people were saying, dang, is Steph sick? What's wrong with her?
Okay.
And so, you like, oh my God, like,
I'm ill. And our community could be so cruel.
So cruel.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. Like, you just don't have the capacity to deal with everything. Yeah. And so it was when I lost my kids, man, I wanted to commit suicide because I was like, this just can't be happening to me. And then so once I got through that, I'm like, okay, why not me? Yeah. You had to go through this to help somebody else.
As they say, there's no testimony without the test.
Listen,
right?
And every day, even being in here is like a blessing for me. Yeah. Because it was a time where I couldn't even get up in the morning.
Wow.
And so just every day I get up every morning at 4:45. I meditate, I pray, I get my exercise on. But this mental health is the number one. And that's the goal with these doctors, is just making sure that when you diagnose somebody, even if you have high blood pressure or diabetes, you need a mental health therapist on your team. Out the gate.
People don't want to get some people do. Yeah. But there's some people that's totally against.
Miss Teresa's like on my head in this chat too.
Yeah.
She's like, wow, Brother John, you don't only go to the doctor when you're sick. I know, Miss Teresa. I just got to do better. I think she said I see my doctor every 4 months so that I know my numbers, A1C score, my cholesterol levels, how my kidneys are functioning, etc. I appreciate that. And then you got Nashia. She says, say that, girl. She cheerleading for you all the way.
Yeah.
And she said, and she send out inspirational messages too. So seeing your post and your comments, knowing that it's far reaching and it has impact. And so when people come, who should actually be in the room for this event?
So if you have a family member or if it's children who are dealing with, let's talk about caregivers for a second. Caregivers are the most important piece of getting well when you're diagnosed with any condition, whether it's IBD or diabetes, think about kids who have IBD who are going to school. The school nurse don't understand this condition. We're going to hit them up too, because we got to educate them. These kids aren't out of school. Wow.
So there's no age on like.
Oh no,
it's not like when you get older.
Think about like the kid that have an accident and now you become the poopy kid.
Yeah.
And that goes along like
the bullying
and all that other stuff because you can't make it to the bathroom in time, and that kind of.
I didn't realize that like children
can be affected. I mean, as young as I've seen people say their child was diagnosed at 3 years old with ulcerative colitis.
Wow.
So it's more of, becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
And then we need to educate our families. So the symposium, if you are a parent that have stomach issues, or, you just been going with, as women, let's start there, women and men.
Yeah.
I got to pay the bills. I got to go to work. I got to get up. I got to take care of the family. We will overlook some pain.
Yeah.
Until it get worse.
Yeah.
And we don't need to do that.
We normalize it. Like this little pain is just
it's gonna go away.
Part of a
I
thing.
got a pain in my leg right now.
This stuff became normal.
It come in and out, and I be like, it's just, and now it's making me say, like, dang, maybe I need to.
Yeah. No, that's right.
I mean, and I'm not saying be like a hypochondriac, but for families who have kids with stomach issues, or even if you're a teenager, this is for families to come out to be a part of this event. We partner with St. Pete Free Clinic. We partner with Bayfront, Orlando Health.
Yeah.
And so we're really grateful and thankful to them. We also have we're doing a panel too. Nurse Jacinda Shapiro, she helps patients with diabetes.
Okay.
Stabilizing their diabetes. And so she's really good on that nutrition. We really have to, with Crohn's disease, you can't eat everything.
Okay.
So like, when people invite you over, you can't eat like everybody eating, but I know if I eat that, I got to be.
It's gonna be a problem. Let me ask you this: what's the causes of it? Is it like genetic?
So genetics is your environment. Stress could be the culprit.
Okay.
But lately, like with a lot of research that's going on, genetics.
Okay.
Because it's me and 3 first cousins that have
it. Okay.
I was diagnosed in my 40s, but they had it like when they were 19.
Yeah.
So the healthcare then is totally different now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they had so many surgeries, and I just think that we gotta, when you're diagnosed, our fight now is give the patient a holistic approach.
Yeah.
What options? Give them options.
Don't
just say, hey,
yeah,
here, this medication, that medication. What's a holistic approach?
Yeah.
Can we include some type of other therapies in there, like massage therapy for your gut? Like what pelvic floor therapy?
Now, could you have can you have the genes and it never flare up? Or does it always
like
eventually
sickle cell almost? Like
like
where you kind of have the trait and it be there, but it never.
And
so there's
stress is related. So like if you never get to that point, would you ever is there a possibility that you never know that you have it? You know how you
so I believe for me, like I'll just use me as an example. For years, I suffered with constipation because I had a horrible diet.
Okay.
Even though I love gourmet food, like gourmet food was my jam.
Yeah.
But there was nothing in there like that was greens.
Yeah.
Like it was always
and the greens
shrimp,
is what keep you
pasta,
moving.
Just high end food.
Yeah.
But I noticed like my Italian friends, and my Jamaican friends, they always had green on their plate.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until like I started going through this where I was like, okay, I need to change my diet.
Okay.
But I also need to know we need to have access to quality, whole nutritious food.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's not going to be at the corner store.
Right. Right.
And that's another thing we're fighting for too. Like, hey,
where do you get
these patients need access to, there's like the Trader Joe's is not, I understand Trader Joe's is not on this side because we're not in their market.
Yeah.
But give us access to that. A lot of people don't know that Trader Joe's exists.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And so, so the diet is key.
And for those who listening this morning and they want to attend, how can they register?
So they can go to the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation.org.
Okay.
They can register. It's free to the community. It's a free community event. Lunch will be provided.
Okay.
They'll get like swag bags. They'll get a copy of my book.
Okay.
And so
that's amazing.
So we're excited. We're definitely excited.
And again, just for somebody who, like, if we had to say it in a sentence, why should somebody come to this symposium on the 28th?
Why?
If you had like a one-word sentence, like why would you come?
Just for the resources.
I hear that.
Because that's our theme for this year, resources.
I hear that. And so again, y'all, we're here with Stephanie A. Wynn, founder of the Stephanie A. Wynn Foundation. We're talking about the 4th annual Let's Talk About IBD Health and Wellness Symposium is happening March 28th at 10 a.m. You can register at thestephaniewynfoundation.com. Yes. If you had a final thought or message for the people, what would it be?
Final thought. Let's see. One final thought would be that don't wait. Don't wait to get evaluated. Know your numbers. Know your numbers. We know about social media. We know about all the stories that's going on in the media, but we don't even know our numbers.
Yeah.
And so I'm begging you guys, please know your numbers so that you can be here for your kids and your children's children. And so that, because we got to live healthy. We got to take back our health because health is truly wealth.
I love that. Thank you. Know your numbers. That was my sister. That voice is ringing in my ear. You gonna hang out with us? I got time. So again, you listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99 Jams, 99.1 FM. Oh, Miss Teresa wants to know the location again.
Oh, it is Hammock Hall, 3010 31st Street South, St. Petersburg. We're also going to have One Blood is going to be there with their bus.
Okay.
The Florida Department of Health will be there for women to talk about maternal health. Because that is important too for those that want to conceive with IBD. There's an issue there because you can't be on certain medications when you are conceiving, or there's a plan that you have to put in place.
Okay.
And so maternal health will be there with the Florida Department of Health. And so we're super excited. Come out. If you have friends or family, kids, bring them out so your family can get these answers to the questions.
Amen.
And just if you just need a visual picture where the Hammock Hall is.
Okay.
Oh,
you go, if you make it to the church.
Friendship.
You went too far.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Or if you're going south, if you make it to Friendship, you're going too far.
Okay.
But it's right there, Boyd Hill. So right past Boyd Hill
31st,
on 31st. If you're going south, it's the first exit.
Okay.
The first entrance into the next Boyd Hill. If you're going north, it's the second one.
Okay.
Because it's
It's
boom,
two.
boom, boom.
Yeah, you're right.
So just to paint your picture, y'all get that.
Thank you, Qiana.
You're welcome.
With them directions.
She been to the Hammock all the time.
Yeah, no, I done ring it a few times.
That's how you put it on the flyer. If you make it to Friendship, you went too far. So I don't know if y'all saw this, but they said that they're digging up graves under the parking lot at the Tropicana field.
Saw that.
You saw that?
Oh.
So St. Petersburg approves archaeological dig near Tropicana Field. So the St. Pete City Council has approved nearly $400,000 to conduct archaeological excavations at the Tropicana Field parking lot after radar scans detected what may be unmarked graves beneath the site. What triggered this decision, they said researchers previously used ground penetrating radar around the stadium. The scans found grave-like anomalies in an area near parking lot 1. And the report suggests that around 10 possible graves could be located near the edge of the lot. Do you have any connections to the Trop in that way where you may have people or family members or ancestors that would probably be?
I don't know if I have. I don't think I have any ancestors that may have been buried there. Not that I know of. Let me say that. But my grandmother had, her business there.
Yeah.
My great grandmother.
Right.
In the area, like my aunt just showed a picture of them right there in the area, like her pushing my mama in the stroller right there in the area. And I know, like for her, like when it was first built, she didn't even want to ride by there because she was so angry.
Oh, wow.
About like what happened,
the way they went about.
And now my question is this enough to put a pause?
That's a good question.
Like, is this right here enough to put a pause that we
so
don't
that you can really do a plan?
Right.
Talking about honoring the history, they've been saying they want to do the museum. They talk about putting a plaque there, like knowing that there may be graves under there.
So my question is, because every time I hear that word anomaly, because that's what they told me when I lost my girls, and it's an anomaly. But when I saw that article, I was like, ugh. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
They knew it was a graveyard before they built this stadium, right?
Yes.
So there's no need to do the research. I mean, they know it's a grave underneath it.
Right. Right. That's thank you for that, because common sense is not always the common practice, right? The report suggests that there may be around 10 possible graves. Like you said, they knew that it was a cemetery. They said the land around Tropicana Field was once home to not one, not two, but 3 historic cemeteries, including Oak Lawn Cemetery, which served the area during segregation. Researchers say the cemeteries were condemned in 1926, and development later occurred on the land, including an apartment complex and eventually the stadium. However, there has been long concern that not all remains were relocated. So that's what it was. I guess they knew it was a cemetery. They condemned it, moved the bodies, but they're saying not all of the remains were relocated because the area was redeveloped. So the anthropologists, they're working on the history of the gas plant, and they've identified hundreds of people who have been buried in cemeteries in that area based upon death certificates and other records. And
now they need to see if they really did what they were supposed to do back then, was relocate them to another cemetery.
That's what they supposed to do, but you know how that goes.
Right. So now, because they're asking, why do they need $400,000 for it? Because people lie.
Okay.
Like when you say it, like people lie, because somebody would have probably said, hey, we're going to do this and we're going to take these people and give them a proper burial. And when nobody was looking, the cement went over them.
Yeah.
And they said they did it and nobody double checked.
Yeah, that's how
almost
they did.
Like the boys' home up there in Tallahassee.
Right.
Yeah, where they had all of those.
Mariana.
The
Dozier. What was
Dozier. Yeah.
If I got calls from the Dozier and I ain't even no boy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Ain't it crazy? So what they're saying is that what's happening next, I guess, is the archaeologists will excavate the area. They're going to analyze the soil and anything that they find under there. If human remains are discovered, the state has to be notified, and then the city will attempt to locate any descendants of those who were buried there.
Can I raise my hand right now? If God ain't trying to tell you something,
oh my God.
If God ain't trying to tell you something, this would be the picture that pops up, because we were in this bad deal. Then them storms came and tore it up. Like, you know how like you're just trying to force something, and God is keep on saying like, hey,
take a minute.
Stop. If you because I know these people are some praying people. Or you know what I mean, and they, church going people and believe in the Lord.
And Tanya, she said the same situation in Waimama. So this is like it really has been like a national phenomenon. I know in Robles Park in Tampa, they had before they did that, they had like graves.
So they still going through that in Tampa.
Yeah, they still dealing with it. Clearwater, I think they had a spot in Clearwater where there was some graves. There was a cemetery up there. Shout out to Miss Barbara Sorey and them. So just simple takeaways, y'all. The St. Peter's moving forward with the digs, and the excavation will determine whether or not the remains are there. And if they are, then they're gonna come up with some ways to talk about how, I guess, to move forward with the development. And then how do you think like the city should memorialize the people who are buried there? Like, what should happen with the people who are there? What are your thoughts on that?
I really have to sit with it.
Yeah.
Like I really got to sit with it. Like, do you want stones that's right there to say that from here? Because you really got to sit with it. Because now you got to know who to honor. When you think of who was there.
Like, they're going to try and locate descendants of the people. Like, how do you locate those families? But then what do you do with that space? Because they're good for like putting a marker and saying, here lies so and so. Like, do you move and then them where up everything around?
Right. Like, I don't. So it's something that needs to. People need to sit with.
Is it in the parking lot side?
It's that parking lot 1.
That's over there where Laura Park was, right?
I'm trying to see which one is. Which one is where's the Saturday shops? Is that lot 3, lot 4?
I think that's.
I don't know.
So it might be over there by the Graham building, parking lot 1. But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It was like over there where they said the school was and all of that.
But if there was 3 cemeteries, 3, it can't be just in that lot.
That's what I'm saying.
If you think about it, like if it was 3 cemeteries there,
right?
Who knows where the other 2 was at? When you look at it's 86 acres there. That So again, take your time, do what you need to do. Let's just do it properly with respect. and we move so like we want to be. Never mind, I'll just leave it alone. I'll go down this rabbit hole, and I'm trying to be good on this Good Monday.
It
I
is
don't
a
know.
motivational Monday.
That's right.
I already did my rant for the day, but
About the prices at the
at the new spot,
at the old cat.
Yeah.
The new spot is the old cat.
Yeah,
and I guess they were talking about how they charging for tables or something.
I think I saw a flyer that said like $850.
and I'm not mad to be honest. So you got Kiki Wyatt coming in.
What
right?
Kiki Wyatt sang again?
Her biggest song was Avant.
Long as I live, my first love.
She got that one. Yeah.
How many songs?
Separated.
Okay.
Kiki, you know, so she got some songs.
Because I remember they had a flyer with Lenny Williams, and I couldn't remember but one Lenny Williams song. So like, what are you gonna say? So Kiki Wyatt, she do have a catalog. I know a couple of songs,
but she can
but
even if she can sing her tail off.
Okay.
But I mean, people who come in there, and I'm just saying, we pay more money for less.
Okay.
For different events.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and we come out, we could like we're talking about that, but I say Big Bo and Carlos, all white party, the city comes out for, and they support them. Right. You know what I mean? And I've seen tickets as high as like $1,500 for a table there. And you're not, and I love the event, like not, but we're not even getting the artists for that. Like, you know, you coming out, they're because we support the people that lives here, and because they're not from here, we're having a problem with everything that they're doing. And they're trying to bring good entertainment, you know, a nice safe space where we can still hang out. The one thing we didn't want was for the cat to close, and we didn't have nowhere to a space to be. And so we still have that, and now we're complaining every which way for it. You'll go to Tampa and go to them clubs on just a regular night and buy a booth for that same price.
Wow. So I guess the geography was answered in the chat about the graveyards. Have a good day, senior. Says it was a graveyard from 1st Avenue to 9th Avenue South.
Okay.
That was all graveyard. Even John Hopkins School, which was 16th Street, was a graveyard. I grew up in Laura Park, so thank you for that. We do have an Ask Qiana. I think this one can be quick. So we'll do the Ask Qiana. Ask Qiana is brought to you by the One Community Grocery Co-op, OCGC.coop. I just read this and thought to myself, bro. So dear Qiana, my wife told me she didn't want anything for our anniversary. I asked her more than once just to make sure, and she said the same thing. Don't get me anything. So I didn't. Now she's upset, saying I should have done something anyway, and that I should have that I should know better than that. I'm confused. If you say you don't want anything, I'm going to take that at face value. Was I supposed to read between the lines, or is it unfair to say one thing and expect another?
I think
and then the last part, why y'all do that?
I think it's so.
I guess that's the real question. Why y'all do that?
I think it's crazy to say one thing and expect another. But I also will tell you, if you're married to somebody, it's your job to figure out who they are. You know what I mean? And people communicate, and sometimes no communication is a communication as well. And I do think that it's your duty to study your partner, unfortunately.
That's why I was gonna ask how long you've been married. Because if you've been married long enough, you know.
Right. It's your job. Like, even you should know what your wife don't want, you know, and her being modest. Oh no, I don't really want that.
That's just her way of saying she wants something.
Okay.
Right. Because I was married, you know, and in that I remember my birthday, like, but I had a whole fit for my birthday. Like, and then I realized, like, it's my day.
Yeah.
So, but we gotta give the men a little grace, ladies. I mean, like, we gotta say what we want. Like, period. There's no reading. It's 2026.
Yeah.
We can't play. Like, look, I want you to give me something.
We
nice.
gotta be explicit.
You know what I mean?
In a perfect world, we're communicating properly, right? And we're saying all this other stuff. You know, we have those guys, but I'm in the middle. Like I say, no, he's not wrong because he followed instructions. Because I'm one of them people. Is I want to give you what you want, not what I think I want you to have.
Okay.
Because like I like parties. And my partner hate parties.
Right.
And you know what I mean? And absolutely no, he don't want them, period, point blank. And so I can't force what I want. So she does have to be careful about what she says, because, you know, you don't want to get in trouble either way. But if you know that your partner downplays and always kind of still want to be celebrated, and she didn't even have to go all out. He could have bought flowers, really nice. Did a little small picnic, and be like, baby, I know you didn't really want nothing, but I still wanted to make you feel special. You know what I mean? Because you can still honor what she said and still do something good to let her know that, like, I love you. Like, this is still a special day. So, I mean, unfortunately, we all have to read between the lines sometimes, because everybody is not clear. So men or women.
So the chats, nope, you didn't. You did the right thing. Follow directions. Who got time for games? And Tiffany says, definitely, men don't read between the lines. Be direct in what you want. So, I hear that. All right, so that was you married to, I mean, I know better. You don't get me anything, mean do something. And it might mean don't get me nothing, but you're still gonna do something. Yeah, you're still gonna do something to acknowledge it, because you just.
And then maybe y'all been in a financial bind, and she don't want you to go out to buy, baby, like, don't get me anything, but like some roses and like a dinner is not something that. You know, or just the time, like that. Don't get me anything. Don't mean that we don't. Let's take it.
So the bottom line question: why y'all do that?
Why anybody do that? Why anybody do it?
Why would you do that? Why would you say don't get me nothing if you really want something?
Why anybody do that? Father's Day, y'all always say it ain't nothing for fathers, right?
Yeah.
I planned Father's Day events like 3-4 years in a row.
Yeah. What happened?
Y'all ain't show up. Like, and y'all
because we don't like parties.
But you wanted something. You say do something. I said, okay, what you like? Cigars, cognac, massage.
I do remember that.
We gave away free gifts. Y'all was going to Mexico. All this other stuff, concerts, all the you know, all the stuff I thought you like. You know. So I mean, I think this is not a woman's thing. This is a human thing. Some people just kind of go in there, and I don't think people realize how important it is to communicate, but also our healthy communication comes by also knowing your partner. Right. Because what I think is, like, you should say ABC. Everybody doesn't do that roadmap that way, but once you know who your partner is, and you should study them, then you understand what they're saying. So we gotta go.
That's it. So so thank y'all so much again for tuning in. Thank you for that answer. Thank you for the letter. Again, brought to you by OCGC.coop. So we'll see y'all on Wednesday. What's on your mind Wednesday? We got a lot in store, and y'all make sure that you tap into the page. We're gonna be sharing the flyer about this weekend. I mean, the 28th, pardon me, and a lot of stuff happening. So up next,
stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And who else?
Stephanie A. Wynn.
Baby.
Bing, bing.